Hi everyone, in this video I am going to present a topic on cell injury. Cell is a very basic unit of living organism. Okay, when these cells are exposed to various stress factors, they will undergo injury. Okay, this injury can be reversible injury or irreversible injury. It will depends upon the severity and duration of the stress. Types of cell injury. Before that, we should know about the causes of cell injury. Okay, first thing is hypoxia. Hypoxia, lack of oxygen supply means that is hypoxia. Okay, if there is lack of oxygen, it will leads to decreased energy status of the cell, and there will be an accumulation of a toxic substance. Okay, it will leads to damage. Okay, then due to trauma, then temperature, radiation, electrical shock, and mechanical stress, then toxins, drugs, poisons and alcohol causes injury. Then infectious agents such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites will causes a cell injury. Then due to some immunological reactions also there will be a cell injury. Okay, then mechanism of cell injury. There are various mechanisms of cell injury such as oxidative stress, then inflammation, mitochondrial dysfunction, endoplasmic reticulum stress, and finally the DNA damage will occur. Okay, this mechanism leads to cell death either by apoptosis or necrosis. Okay, first one is reversible cell injury. Reversible cell injury in the sense there is a temporary damage to the cell. Okay, this can be repaired and the cell will return back to its original state. Okay, some common examples for reversible cell injury are hydrophic swelling. Okay, this is a very earliest sign of reversible cell injury. It occurs mainly due to the accumulation of water within the cell. Okay, this may be due to any inflammation or hypoxia or exposure to toxins and drugs, etc. Okay, if the stressor is removed, then the cell will return back to its original size and shape. Okay, the next one is irreversible cell injury, which means this is a permanent damage that is occurring in the cell which cannot be repaired, and finally the cell will die. Okay, in irreversible cell injury, the cell membrane and the organelles are severely damaged and cell loses its function. Some examples are necrosis and apoptosis. Okay, necrosis is a type of cell death that occurs due to the injury or any toxins or any infections or tumors. Okay, here the cell will rupture and its contents will spills out. It will causes inflammation and damage to the nearby cells. Okay, like this is a type of cell death. Okay, then next type of cell death is apoptosis. Apoptosis is a programmed cell death. Okay, here this occurs when the cell is no longer needed, when it is too damaged to repair. Okay, in case of apoptosis, the cell will shrink, its contents are broken down and phagocytosis by neighboring cells. Okay, this is a overall cycle of a reversible and irreversible injury and the cell death. Okay, first of all, there is a mitochondria oxidative phosphorylation, then ATP, then okay, these are all the overall cycle of a reversible and irreversible cell injury. Okay, then types of cell death, we already seen apoptosis and necrosis. Necrosis in the sense a pathological process that leads to cell death due to injury or disease. Okay, then apoptosis is a programmed cell death where the cell will undergo a self-destruction without disturbing the surrounding cell. Okay, then and one more thing is there autophagy, a cellular mechanism that leads to the degradation of various intracellular components including toxic or damaged proteins. Okay, this necrosis is classified into many types. First one is coagulative necrosis. This one occurs due to ischemia or lack of blood supply to the tissues. Then liquefactive necrosis, it occurs in the brain or other organs. Okay, this one is characterized by the formation of pus. Okay, then fat necrosis is there. It occurs in the adipose tissue, mainly in breast, pancreas, and other organs. Then this one is characterized by the formation of cysts and chalky deposits. Then caseous necrosis, it occurs due to the TB. It is characterized by the formation of cheesy-like substance. Then gangrenous necrosis, it is a type of necrosis that affects the extremities, especially in the toes and fingers. Okay, then apoptosis, it is a programmed cell death. Here there are two pathways in apoptosis, extrinsic pathway and intrinsic pathway. Okay, extrinsic pathway is initiated by the TNF alpha, trail and fast ligand. They will bind with their respective death receptors. This will lead to activation of caspase 8 and eventually inducing apoptosis. Okay, in case of intrinsic pathway, there is a DNA damage, then oxidative stress or hypoxia. It will lead to the release of cytochrome C from mitochondria. Okay, this cytochrome C will bind to the apoptotic protease activating factor 1, which activate the caspase 9. Okay, this one will result in induction of apoptosis. Okay, these necrosis and apoptosis are the major types of cell death. Thank you for listening.